Yo guys, hello and welcome everybody. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new, consider subscribing, and a quick disclaimer that this video is not financial advice. And of course guys, we are going to talk about Kaspa and overall market. I've got quite a lot prepared, so let's get the party started. Since I have already opened the dashboard, let's actually go through it, shall we? So market cap is sitting at 3.2 bill and ranking is sitting at number 43. The volume decreased ever since yesterday. That obviously isn't as juicy, and Kaspa is dipping again. 4% on a daily in the last 24 hours. We are sitting at 89.12% mined. Well, I believe this is quite a significant message to share. And now guys, let's actually share Kaspa report, because I do believe that I got some significant data in here to share with you. So listen up, okay? The Kaspa report uploaded this, right? They're basically saying that Kaspa dolphins are overtaking whales. The percentage of circulating supply held by Kaspa dolphin wallets holding between 100k and 1 million has surpassed that of whales wallets holding between 10 million and 100 million Kaspa. This process has been underway for months as whales get squeezed by increased accumulation of larger and smaller wallets cohorts. As the new supply of Kaspa becomes scarier over time, this trend will likely accelerate. Eventually, the increased accumulation by the largest wallet cohorts, including exchanges, will slow and begin to reverse, with virtually all circulating supply gains going to smaller wallets. Guys, so basically, why am I sharing this, right? Because if there is let's say much more dolphins, in this case of Kaspa, and less whales, well, it's much less likely that Kaspa is kind of easier to manipulate, right? So I do believe from the standpoint of allocation of holders, this is very good. That's why I'm sharing this, okay? But I also got some another piece of bullish news, I believe, right? So we've got Kaspa update here posted by Kaspa Silver, so big shout out. He says that we've got KIP14, an official breakdown of the Crescendo hard fork to be implemented on Kaspa, which will increase block production from 1 to 10 blocks per second. With 10 blocks per second, Kaspa is poised to achieve up to 3,000 transactions per second on a decentralized, secured, traditional proof-of-work system. So, history is being made as Kaspa continues to push the boundaries of what's possible in proof of work. We've got the full details on GitHub. Obviously, I'm not a developer. I'm not, you know, that kind of a big of a geek. And obviously, I wouldn't really understand it anyways. But guys, this is huge, okay? Obviously, the future kind of plan is Kaspa running on 100 BPS. Nonetheless, this is still a very bullish news. Now guys, moving on for Kaspa. Kaspa KII uploaded this, right? So Warp Core on Kaspa is going to make XRP irrelevant. Unless you want a slow, centralized and questionably launched project running the banking system based out of the US, the rest of the world wants something else. A decentralized, censorship-resistant system that can actually provably scale and confirm in seconds. XRP as a reserve currency, that's hilarious. Guys, so here's the thing. Obviously, big shout out to Kaspa KII. However, the thing is that it's all about the deal that is being made, right? And the guy, I don't remember his name, from XRP basically knows big people, let's say, in government, right? So yes, of course, it's hilarious, let's say. Nonetheless, Kaspa will be better candidate to do that, right? To be, you know, in place of XRP. But at the end of the day, Kaspa is decentralized, right? So nobody's going to get you know, money basically over there in the government making these deals, right? So, well, of course, I could be wrong, but I'm sharing because, well, obviously that is kind of a big deal. And of course, who knows what kind of deals Kaspa KII might gonna make in the future. So this could be something. Anyways, moving on, we've got this post, so listen up. Kaspa is not only the ideal P2P digital currency for the planet, it's also becoming a sandbox for developers, a launching pad for block tech entrepreneurs, and a bridge and powerful infrastructure for enterprise markets. Guys, I'm not going to go through this, right? But basically, that looks like that it's much easier for developers to build on Kaspa. And what does it mean? If there is much easier scenario to build dApps on Kaspa, much more developers are going to come and much more money is going to flow into Kaspa basically. Now guys, moving on, right? That's about Ethereum, but of course everything makes sense. I hope it kind of makes sense because I cannot stress this enough. Obviously Ethereum is starting that path to alt season, well, during this cycle, along with Solana, I believe. Nonetheless, if Ethereum is going to finally start pumping, then we are going to see that, well, altcoin season finally, right? So trader tiring rate is saying that Ethereum inverse head and shoulders is still in play. A giant inverse head and shoulders pattern, which has been forming for almost a year and is now building the final part of its right shoulder. Ideally, 3 candles on a 2-week chart, 6 weeks, leads to a breakout. Target is set to $7,250 to be exact. Well, guys, so what does it mean? 6 more weeks and then we experience alt season? Well, of course, I don't want to say this. At the moment, from the standpoint of technicals for ETH, everything is looking good. But let's see in a couple of weeks, okay? We also have some other bullish news, right? But anyways, coming back to Ethereum, let's say if Ethereum is going to top out at, let's say, 17,000, imagine of where altcoins can be, and of course our beloved Kaspa at this point, right? But you know, Ethereum being here, obviously lagging behind BTC. And by the way, guys, we are here. I already digressed, but I hope that you guys get the point. Obviously Ethereum is lagging behind BTC, and I believe that the best is yet to come. Anyways, moving on for altcoins, right? So we got total crypto market cap excluding BTC and Ethereum on a 2-weekly. Mr. Prof is sharing this. So altcoins have been consolidating sideways for around 8 weeks now. For comparison, in 2020 they did the same for about 12 weeks before the parabola started. Setup is more or less the same. So let's have a look what it's talking about, right? The downtrend, obviously the top was in here, that you guys can see it. Then we had the second attempt of breaking the downtrend, the third one, well, fake out, push down, COVID crash, whatever. And then we had this yellow scenario, and then the orange scenario in which we have experienced pullback, and after that we had the parabolic run. So looking at this current situation in here, guys, we are at basically verge of this parabolic run. Is it going to happen for 100%? Of course, guys, I cannot tell you that it will, okay, because I'm not a wizard. Nobody is, nobody really knows. But based on everything that we are currently seeing, especially with Trump purchasing more Ethereum, right, I believe that something is going on behind the scenes that we don't see. Nonetheless, we've got this news. President Donald Trump's World Liberty Financial purchased another 9.8 million in wrapped Bitcoin, actually not Ethereum. So guys, what does it mean? Do you think that Trump would be buying millions of dollars worth of ETH, worth of BTC, launching his meme coin and stuff like this if the market would be about to collapse, right? I don't think so. And speaking about ETFs, guys, now we've got 248 mil if it comes to inflows from BTC as of yesterday, and now if it comes to Ethereum, damn these ads, if it comes to Ethereum, 70.7 mil as of yesterday. 21st was positive as well, and as you guys can see, for the last, let's say, week or so, we have positivity in here for Ethereum. Okay, so this could be the switch that well, I've been talking about for a while. Guys, before we are going to get into the chart, shameless plug, if you are interested into keeping your Kaspa safe outside of exchanges on which, well, anything might happen at this point, make sure that you check out Tangent Wallet, because most importantly, it doesn't only secure your Kaspa but also many different projects, in fact. So guys, with my discount code you can get minus 10% off. And also one thing that I like about Tangent is that the fact that you don't necessarily have to send the money, well, the crypto, back to exchanges, because you can sell it in Tangent app for USDT, for instance, and well, exchange it at your convenience, let's say. Anyways, you can find the link in the description of this video, and of course you can check the BitUnext links and Bybit, so on and so forth. Guys, before we are going to get into charts, okay, let's actually have a look at the crypto bubbles, because I know how you feel. My portfolio feels the same, the way these bubbles are actually looking like. Nonetheless, guys, I am just sticking to the technicals, looking at the news and trying to draw a logical conclusion that isn't driven by emotions, okay? Because remember, guys, nothing really great came out of you know, letting our emotions to control our decisions in crypto. Well, at least for me, every single time I acted upon my emotions, I lost money, right? But that's obviously in the past, okay? Now, guys, looking at the weekly, we basically lost everything, okay? And now monthly, this is the situation, okay? Guys, I believe that things are, well, about to change, okay? In coming days, weeks, who know exactly. I know how I sound, I know how it sounds, okay? But obviously the statements that I'm giving you are driven by the data that we basically see here, okay? Obviously Kaspa is a different story. And please guys, remember, replying to one of the comments, okay, I'm not saying that you should degen into Kaspa, okay? I'm not saying this. I'm saying that you should do your own research, of course, and diversify your portfolio, okay? And of course degen into Kaspa only if you truly believe in it, okay? Because I told you guys that I hold multiple altcoins, not only Kaspa. Anyways, looking at CoinGlass, if it comes to fear and greed index, we are sitting at number 75. And now guys, finally let's have a look at the liquidity for BTC, then for Kaspa, and then the chart, okay? And then we are going to draw conclusion if it comes to short term, because I believe that I have already covered the long term conclusion. So now the price of BTC dropped. Everybody is shorting the market. And by the way, guys, do you remember what I was talking about yesterday? Do you remember when we were drawing this horizontal green line yesterday together? Because hell, I do. And if you do, hit the like button, guys, because the price dipped perfectly to this level of liquidity. And now actually we are going below. So daily is showing us that we are still on the way to the downside for BTC, right? And that obviously, in my opinion, might gonna pull BTC back, okay? But not a surprise, guys, that liquidity had to be collected, right? However, due to the fact that everybody now is shorting, that is also going to give a little bit more fuel to the upside for BTC, right? So this is the daily on Binance, and now let's say have a look at daily for all of the exchanges. Everybody's shorting. We got over $3 billion, okay? On a 7 daily, guys, more people are still shorting BTC. So let's have a look at the heat map, shall we? If it comes to 24 hourly, I believe that BTC might gonna grab this liquidity here at $101.55 to be exact, okay? And after that, as I said, we will have much more fuels at levels like 103,500, then levels 104,800, 105, and then probably these, you know, higher levels in here. However, zooming out to weekly time frame, Binance perpetual for BTC, we do have levels of liquidity well above us at 109, but also a little bit scary is that we do have significant levels of liquidity at 99. So should Bitcoin dip to 99? Well, this is definitely not out of the question, because we can still enter the parabolic cycle for BTC, I mean that continuation, and then altcoins will follow, and nothing is going to happen, in my opinion, if this liquidity is going to grab. Well, the hamsters are going to be shaken out. Anyways, let's have a look at our beloved Kaspa, shall we? So now, since we know the overall, you know, market sentiment by looking at the charts and BTC's liquidity situation, it should be quite easy for us to draw certain conclusions if it comes to our beloved Kaspa, right? So now, everybody's longing Kaspa, but at the same time everybody's shorting Kaspa too, right? Nonetheless, we've got more longs rather than shorts on a daily, at least on Binance. And now let's actually have a look at outlook on all of the exchanges. Well, all of the exchanges, I think there are just two, right? So we've got Binance and Bybit, but obviously there are quite big exchanges. Binance obviously the biggest, and Bybit is huge. So now guys, everybody's longing Kaspa on a 7 daily. However, these shorts are piling up in here, okay? So let's have a look at the heat map and let's try to figure out of what can happen to our beloved Kaspa in the next 24 hours. So Bybit, Kaspa, there was BitGet, Binance, okay? They got the biggest liquidity. And let's have a look, ladies and gents, okay? So now we do have level of liquidity here below the current trading price at 12 cents 5, and then the lower one is going to be at 12 cents 1. So let's have a look at the chart of our beloved Kaspa. Let's have a look. Now I've got 12 cents 2 in here, and that is going to be basically regarding the kind of, you know, line that I have drawn, I believe, couple of times ago. Let me actually delete this ugly thing. And now guys, 4 hourly is basically showing us that we might gonna kind of, you know, go towards the upside. However, daily time frame showing us such scenario, okay? So if we are going to go, let's say, a little bit of this direction, well, this is at least the direction that stochastic RSI is showing us, well, potentially we could dip to that level of 12 cents 2, and coming back to the liquidity, where was that? At 12 cents 1. Okay, so guys, let's watch this level. Okay, in my opinion, my personal humble opinion, of course I could be wrong, but it's very likely that Kaspa is going to grab this liquidity at 12 cents 1. Okay, I've got 12 cents 2 in here, but obviously that's going to be roughly this area. Okay, let me actually do another one and let's see, okay, if this liquidity is going to be grabbed in here. Okay, so once this liquidity is going to be grabbed on a daily, I guess that probably will be a good entry for a long trade. Okay, of course not financial advice, just my personal humble opinion, guys. I hope that this video helps, and I hope that you have guys enjoyed it. All right, peace and love crypto, and I will speak to you in the next one.